Alright, missiles are a staple weapon system, but what is their biggest weakness? Other than the fact that they're crazy expensive for the amount of damage that they actually do, and they cost a lot of ammo, and they're really not that accurate compared to hit scan weapons, but they don't really have the damage output of these types. What is their biggest weakness? Active defense. These laser anti-missile system nodes have a 500-meter range and will just completely torch any missile that tries to get too close to them. Also, every step up for missiles, you get about double the firepower or quadruple the price. But the huge missiles have a way bigger health pool, meaning they are way, way more resistant to laser anti-missile systems. What if our missile breadboards could get around this weakness? I think we could do something really cool with our all-new missile breadboards, but I really don't know if this is possible. I know exactly what I want. I don't know if it's possible with missile breadboards. I want these missiles to surround the ship in like an array, a ring around the ship, and then all enter in, like all advance on the ship at once, so that there's no way that it can shoot down all of them. Because if we look at this is a lot of damage incoming. I mixed this up with someone else. This doesn't have a laser anti-missile system. A very minor case of mistaken identity. It's fine. So now, if we fire on this... So now if we fire on the Megalodon, which does have both missile interceptors and laser anti-missile... Okay, it's maybe too close. You know, I didn't think this crappy little demo I'm doing would be the hardest part, but I'm not the most competent person in the world, and I will not pretend to be, but I'm good at From the Depths, and that's why you're watching. Well, I don't seem to be good at From the Depths either, but you know, close enough. So first off, some are being distracted, some are intercepted, and the few that made it past just got lasered down immediately. So, these missile interceptors are brutal. I want to make my barrage at least hit the Megalodon, with no other help. Which will be quite a huge feat, considering how strong this thing's active defenses are. So, detection range is based on thruster thrust. Can we modulate it? Like, can I get its current detection range? So its range is 117. Is our thrust... Alright, so if I start recording these detection ranges, it's 175.4 at 30. And 440.6 at 300. Let's sample another point just to be certain. Alright, so with this third point in the middle, we can confirm that this is not a linear equation. Gather a couple more data points, just, you know, good practice. Alright, and I'm just going to do the legendary technique of guess. Is it a cubed root thing? Maybe cube root? Hopping right back into YouTube after a short break and immediately going back onto Desmo shit. Cubic regression. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know if that's what the formula is. I don't know about that either. No. Ooh, power regression. Wait, this fits like perfectly. Hold on. Okay, if our thrust out, I don't know if these work on the same formula. I assume they would. I don't know why. 40,000 output. What does that get us? 40,000 output gives us a 3,118 meter range. Oh, that's it. That's the ticket. A 240,000 meter thrust output. All the way out there, crazy style. This will be detected from 6.3 kilometers away. Yep. Perfect. And you know what? This is a bit of a weird number. These are both weird numbers. I'm willing to bet it's just y equals 45 times x to the 0.4 power. Perfect. And that will explain the very, very slight inconsistencies. So that is how detection range works. Okay, so these two functions are identical, at least in the realm of real numbers. This one, x can never be negative. But that means this is good. I've done my math correctly. So now this is our current... Alright, so now this is the thrust that will be detected at exactly our detection range. Theoretically, depending on how precise this is, and if it, like, cares about the thrust right now, or the thrust, like, the highest thrust it has recently been, this should be invisible at our current range. Because this is the minimum thrust that can be detected at the range we are currently at, so we just remove one thrust. Alright, so this is our percentage. Sometimes it'll be way past our max, so we're just going to do the smaller of the two. Either what is our current ideal minimum or 1. Alright, let me... Hi. I didn't realize you were still here. So now if we look at this, it should have some crazy ass number. Right? Because we can have some insane thrust right now without being detected. I don't know. Yeah, no, that seems about right. In fact, let's check something real quick. You say we can have 1,700 thrust? Well, if we have 1,700 thrust on our equation over here, what's our detection range? About 2.2 kilometers. You know what? It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It should start to slow down. Hasn't been detected yet. And it died before it ever got detected. So now this is actually pretty good. Can you come back here? Where are you going? So now... I launch my full salvo. This should not get detected. Ever. Nope, still hasn't been. Now it's spotted because it's within... Okay, that's the other thing. There is a point where our range is so close that active detectors start catching it. At that point, we just want to go whole hog. Just 100% thrust. So we'll be detected within 117 meters, no matter how slow we're. So if our current distance is greater than our active detection distance, then we're going to output our little modulated thrust. Otherwise... full bore. So we should see these things just right at the end, right as their weapons deploy. These should crank it. Start slowing down. Slows way down. Why do you not crank it? You should be cranking. Why do you not Crank. Crank it! Oh, they're cranked. Are they out of fuel? Oh, we ran out of fuel so long ago. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, wait, it's nothing but... I just realized I thought I was adding more fuel tanks. I'm adding more fins because it didn't have fuel tanks. It didn't have fuel tanks. That's the problem. It's not getting detected until it's really close. This thrust modulation is useless. So I'm going to upgrade these to medium just so we actually do something. Let's do a normal missile. Or medium as they have come to be called. But as someone who played before there were other sizes, this is a normal missile to me. So now our active detection range is 270. This is why we use variables. Our minimum thrust, our thrust is 300 to 3000. I honestly, I thought it would be kind of cool to see, like, a small missile actually hit the Megalodon, because medium missiles are when you just kind of get the ability to just spam enough missiles. But, let's be honest, it's going to be so negligible. Our stealth system is going to be completely negligible if we use small missiles. Alright, our thrust should start going down. We're not spotted yet. And then it cranks it. I programmed it to pretend it was 50 meters farther. I want to pretend it's 50 meters closer. That makes more sense all of a sudden, why it's not working. Alright, doesn't see a thing. Oh my god, it scrambled them so late. The lasers obviously hit immediately because there's no delay on the laser. But those missiles were scrambled like... Those missiles were scrambled fast enough to respond to our missiles when I was firing them previously. But now that we're actually, you know, firing them properly, they don't scramble anywhere near in time. That's huge. I want to change the way these things move a bit. In a way where we don't care how far it is from its current waypoint, we care how far it is from the actual ship. Essentially, we'll navigate to a waypoint and modulate thrust using... Okay, so we can't... We can get around CIWS like this, but it looks like lasers. Ah, that is so sad. What a bummer. Let's do something that I know has, like, good CIWS. I'm pretty sure this one has. Yeah, no, nope. The tier, I believe. Yeah, the tier has CIWS, but no lasers. I think? I don't see LAMS. Perfect. We also have the Basking Shark with more CIWS. Does this also have CIWS? It looks like this also has CIWS, but let's... Alright. Will it ever shoot this down? It's CIWS. It gets through its CIWS. Okay. Okay, so it works against pretty much every system except for every system except for lasers. Sad. Sad to see that it doesn't work against lasers, but it's still pretty huge. Alright. CIWS kicks in right about 350 meters. Damn. 350 meters away. Versus, if we turn this thing off and just run the missiles normally. Oh my god. We run the missiles normally, 600 meters away. The interceptor's going, not even close. Not even close. Alright. This might become a staple. This might become a staple for my vehicles. This very simple tech is huge and will upgrade every single missile. Like, this is, with some very small exceptions, this is just better. Well, I didn't realize my full vision, sadly, but I did successfully make missiles that will stealthily get as close as possible before closing the distance at max thrust. So I'm happy to just leave this with some normal, fully working, fancy new missile tech. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions, leave them below or drop them in the suggestions channel in my Discord. I'm much more likely to respond there. But either way, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.